Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and welcome to another one of these said reviews on the channel. And today, I'm not going to really go into too much of a said video game, but however, I will be talking about a sort of video game add-on for a said system, and that said system is going to be known as the Sega Genesis. Now, the Sega Genesis was the add-on king back then, and there was quite a bit of other said different add-ons for it, such as with the Sega CD and the 32X, but however, there was one that was kind of setting somewhat of a foundation to the backwards compatibility, and that was going to be something that is here for the Sega Genesis that is going to be brand new into my collection, and that is going to be with the Sega Genesis power converter for the Sega Master System that you can go and put into with the Genesis. Now, unfortunately, there's only one game in particular that does not actually get to go and run on this said type of converter, and that is going to be what known as the F-16 Fighting Falcon. I believe there is some sort of leniency between the type of game, and it seems like it only runs directly right off of the Sega Master System and not really within the actual said Sega Genesis itself, but most of the other games do actually work. Now, I'm not really all that too familiar with the Sega Master System myself. I am more familiarized within the actual Sega Genesis, and there is one game that I do actually have within my virtual console that I sometimes go here and there for within my Wii, and that is going to be something known as Fantasy Zone. And Fantasy Zone is somewhat of a very obscure type of game within the Sega series and of different said games, and Fantasy Zone is really cool. It's like a type of like space shooter game in a way, kind of like playing something like Gradius or maybe something of like Defender or something like that, and it's really cool and it's a great game. And I believe there has been like little mini cameos of the Fantasy Zone character getting put into like Sega All-Stars Racing and some other things around within there, Sega related. But I do have to say is that since I am going to be getting somewhat into the whole realm of the Sega Master System, having this type of said converter is somewhat of the better type of price point range, just so that I don't have to go and try to find myself an actual Sega Master System. And that was what the whole basis of what this whole converter was all about, was that throughout the olden times of the 90s, within the way of how backwards compatibility was and whatnot, families didn't really want to have to go out of their way to go and try to basically have to go and search for other said games, or have to find a way on how to go and play some of their Sega Master System type of games and put them onto a new type of console. So they do have something like this here, which that is going to be with the Sega Masters, well, with the Sega Genesis power converter, to actually go and have that, so that you can just be able to go and be able to still go and use your said type of games that are still a part within the new type of console itself. So you actually do kind of have somewhat of a Switch 2 type of way, because if you guys don't know, the Switch 2 is going to have backwards compatibility, so you will be able to go and actually have both your Switch 1 and Switch 2 games basically running off of the new said console. So pretty cool, and I may probably do something more to this, like with another said review. So if I ever do get any other type of set add-ons, I'll kind of go and kind of speculate around a little bit with that and kind of give off my said reviews on some of these. Now, unfortunately, I wish I was able to go and have some gameplay for you, but I don't really actually have an actual said Sega Master System game here with me, though. But anyways, I did want to kind of let you guys know that that is something new for my set collection there, and I can't wait to go and have some fun. And it should be fun. It should be really cool. So I'll see you guys in the next one. And of course, peace.